Nowadays, automated machine vision technologies has come up, and for the rapid field identification at customs, uh, and it is a new technology. Okay, and in these techniques we can in this technique we can uh, recognize any wood very fast. Okay, so some features that human eye cannot identify, this machine technology can identify. Okay, so there are two techniques in this automated machine vision technology. One is computer vision based wood recognition system. In this, laptop is required, and some lenses and camera is required. By taking the snaps of the particular cross section, these images are compared with the reference material in the laptops that we have already taken. And the second is automated macroscopic identification system using a smartphone, and it is very portable method, and anybody can use this method. So it is very handy and easy to take and snap and identify by using the app. So recently I have developed 3 models under this app. This is the app under the Xylorix platform, and I will highlight about this app and how I have made this model. So automated macroscopic wood identification system using a smartphone with macro lens. So there are certain apps worldwide that is going on to identify to rapid identify the any wood. So the first one is Zylodix Inspector mobile app that is developed by Agritix Malaysia. Before that, they have already checked most of the things by collaboration with the FREEM in Malaysia. They have already collaborated with that, and they have developed Xylorix Inspector app in collaboration with the GTTN. So GTTN is nothing but it is a network that is created to promote the implementation of the innovative tools to identify the logs or timbers to combat the problems of illegal timber trafficking. Then the second app is AICO KLHK mobile app that is developed by Indonesia. It is not so popular. I think it is limited to the his own country only. But this Zylorix Inspector mobile app is used by globally by many countries, and it is in the progressing stage. We are updating the food samples in this mobile app. So what is Xylorix? So Xylorix is nothing but it is an artificial intelligence service platform for wood identification that is developed by Agritix technical startup program from Malaysia in collaboration with the GTTN. It was started by Young Herte advisor and Agritix and associate professor of Uttar Malaysia and his team. So what this platform do? Actually, it provides platform for wood identification model building services globally. Actually, they search out the wood experts from all over the countries, and they provide the platform for developing the models, and then they collaborate with them, and then they send to the end users for their application part. So how this Zylodix platform works? So generally we capture data, reference data from various wood samples of a particular species. Then recently we are doing images tracking technology. Then near infrared technology is also going on. It is in the prototype stage. So in this case, in our case, I have taken the images as a reference material in the app, and then cloud computing technology is used. In that technology, we can take many images as a reference data. There is no problem of storage, and when the app will be, when the models will be developed, then it will be available to the particular institute or particular expert of the country. And if any country will purchase that model, then the profit share will be there to that institute that is making the models. So this is the objective of the Zylodix platform. So recently we have developed 3 artificial intelligence models for teak, Tectona grandis, Malabar neem, Melia dubia, and Alliances excelsa using this Xylorix platform. And it is already available in the Android or iPhone application store. And right now only 7 models are free, and rest are masked with the password. So you have to pay for that model. So what is these models? I will explain in detail. So I have developed 3 models because these samples were present in my college from different sources of from different areas. So that is required. Various number of samples are required that I will discuss later. So I have developed teak, Malabar, and Urdu models in this Xylorix Inspector app. So what is required for this model building services? So first of all, registration is required. You have to register on the particular app of Xylorix Inspector, or whatever the apps are required for the harvesting the images. Then data collection is required, model training is required, then model testing, model deployment, and field uses. Finally, it will be applicable for the particular field. So first of all, we will register the particular app, that is Inspector. I have registered for that. Then I have collected data from these 3 species. So in this case, minimum 100 images are required at different angles in the reference sample, and minimum 10 samples are required for particular species. So for each sample, 100 images are required from different angles, and that is feed in the one Xylorix harvester app, and that is sent to the cloud server, and then further process. Then it is for the process further. So for data collection, one micro lens is required that zooms up to 24 times. So 24 times it will zoom the cross-sectional part of the wood, and by capturing the images, we have to feed in the Xylorix Inspector. So in this Xylorix harvester app, we generally load the image. This is a data collection form. For particular species, we add 100 images minimum to this harvester app, and when 1000 images are loaded minimum, maximum you can load up to any level. So minimum 1000 images are loaded from the 10 samples of a particular species. Then a model training is required. The recognition models are then trained with the collected data in the cloud server. So Then model testing and evaluation is required. The trained models are then tested by our collaborators. Means in this case, I am the collaborator using the Xylorix Insider app. In Xylorix Insider app, the model is tested. There are systematic test, live test. In systematic test, we generally test the model with those samples of a particular species that we have not used in this model building services. Suppose we have used 10 samples for making this app. So we will test with the another species of that same wood. So there are some positive data sets and some negative data sets. We will compare that. Suppose we have developed tick model, then we will compare this tick with different tick species. Okay, different tick sample that we have not feed inside this model, and then one statistical probability or statistic will generate. So how it is precisely made, it will give the result. So in this case, it is excellent. The precision is 0.99. The maximum is 1, that is 100%. And generally we compare with positive data set and negative data set also. So for example, if you are making tick model, then tick will be the positive data set and Melia dubia will be the negative data set. Similarly, for Melia dubia building services, the Melia dubia will be positive data set and tick will be the negative data set. So likewise, we can compare the different species in the systematic test, and then we conform. Then we give the threshold levels of each model. So in our case, 70% is the threshold level. So at this threshold level means most of the tick samples. Right now we are already checking this app with various tick samples, that how accurately it is identifying. So accuracy is 80 to 90%. There is no doubt. Still we are updating this model. In case of tick, there is more variability because its growth ring changes with the climate. But in case of Malabar neem and Urdu, is more accurate than tick. But in case of tick, we are still feeding more data. Then when this threshold level is fixed, then artificial intelligence models are deployed for the field uses. And how it is working or how it works, I will show one demo. So first of all, we will open the Xylorix Inspector app. Then we will open the camera, select the model. Actually, this identification app works on yes or no features. If we have confusion that it is tick or it is Melia dubia or it is tick or it is Bengali bubble, that is Acacia auriculiformis, then in that case it will say it is tick. Either it is tick, yes or no. If it is Bengali bubble and if you are selecting tick model, then it will say no. And if you are selecting tick model and we have confusion that it is tick or it is Melia dubia, then it will say yes or no. On that basis, this model is working presently. But they will develop for unknown species also when it will be when the data sets will be enough globally. So I will show one demo that how it works. First of all, we will select the Xylorix Inspector app. Okay. So when suppose we have doubt that it is tick or it is Malabar neem or any other species, then first of all we will select particular model. First of all, we will select the tick model. Suppose we have any doubt that it is tick or not, then we will on the camera. Then we will fix the macro lens. Then we will on the light, because in this camera there is a ring light. ring light pattern is there, then the clarity of the image should be good. So after taking the snap of the particular cross section of the particular species, in this case we are checking that it is thick or not. Okay, then we will just click. So this image will go to the cloud server where already reference images we have already captured from the peak of different sources, and then it will give results in few seconds. Now it is identifying, and if it is tick, then it will say tick, yes. Okay, so on this type of principle, it is working now, but still research is going on to identify the unknown sample without selecting any models, but it will require more data. But recently okay. So this is the demo. Now this inspector app is in action also in Tema Port, Ghana. What is the utility of app? In that case, I will say that at Ghana Port, custom officers are using this app. I will show 1 seconds of video. So this is the macro lens. The people are using this app to identify the hood. So there is another Xylorix pocket hood also. It is a dictionary type. So all the cross sections of the hoods from the different continents are going to be fed in this app, and by taking the snap, it is not an identifying app. It will only this is just like a dictionary. By using this, and it is free for everyone, and by using this Xylorix pocket wood, we can just compare the particular cross section of wood, that suppose it is teak or it is Melia dubia or any particular wood from across the country. Then we can compare the cross sections, and then we can judge wood anatomy expert can judge that it is particular wood or not. So this type of app is also going on. So we have right now we have two simple publications in Wood News and in general for the farmers or for the, and still we are making the technical papers on this line, and I am thankful to and there is I have sincere gratitude to Dr. Yong Har Tay, advisor of Agritics, adjunct professor from Uttar Malaysia, Zai Zi Tang and their team for providing Zylodix platform to develop these models. And I am grateful to funding agency of the ICR New Delhi and World Bank for the financial support. And this is the model building services under the National Agriculture Higher Education Project of the sub-project of the CAST NU Navsari. These are our snaps of photographs during the meeting for developing these models. Okay, thank you for listening.